Hello and welcome to this board game overview from Tantrum House. It's Jonah, I'm back. Thanks for watching. Today's video is for the game Kinghill. It's a self-published game designed by Peter Merrick. Thanks for coming back after that intro video. My name, of course, is Jonah. You're in Tantrum House Studio J, and like I mentioned, this is an overview video, and it's an inside look into Kinghill, which is a self-published game designed by Peter Merrick. This video actually is sponsored by the creating company, so you're not going to hear me talk about things that I personally liked or did not like about this game. I'm going to keep my comments objective. I'm just going to give you an inside look into how the game's played, how the components and the gameplay interact, and that way you can build your own opinions and you can decide if the game's right for you. This game actually is headed to Kickstarter. So if you're interested in this game after you've watched this video, you've actually got to head to Kickstarter to back it. And I'm going to put a link in the comments for you. Kinghill is a modern card battle for 2 players. It's driven, however, by worker placement. So in the game, you're tasked to gain dominance over your rival using units, which are like your people, and spells. In the game, you start with peasants that you can send out to gather resources, or you can promote those peasants to specialists, which are capable of all sorts of unique actions and bonuses. This game can be played in about 45 to 90 minutes, and the game does also feature a solo mode. The goal of the game is to build your empire, expand your castle, and hire mages, have mages to study powerful spells to eliminate the other player. As you collect resources and upgrade your peasants, you'll be able to hire units, which again are the people that you can use. You can explore with your ranger, you can steal from your opponent, and deliver killer blows with your assassin. So let's actually jump into the game, let's open the box, and let's see how things look. To start the game, players assign peasants to unoccupied action spaces and collect any resources located on the action space. Some actions include collecting resources, hiring units, building outskirts, and training your peasants, which upgrades them to have different abilities, and each ability carries out different actions that can be taken throughout the board. Players continue to take turns until all peasants have been played. At the end of the round, resolve all cards with the hourglass icon and gain 1 moonstone force. You will return your placed peasants and any newly gained ones to the courtyard and flip over a brand new action tile. Then you'll refresh your unit offering and outskirt offers by discarding the last 2 cards from each row. You'll slide all the remaining cards down, you'll fill the empty spaces with new cards, and finally, you'll replenish all resources on the cumulative mind. The game ends when one player's castle endurance is reduced to 0 or less, and that player is now eliminated from the game. And that's your inside look, your inside scoop into Kinghill. So here are some things that you should know about this game. I personally hadn't seen a game that mixed 2 genres, like worker placement and card battle, like this before. It was actually super refreshing to see kind of an original concept. This game offers a lot of possible choices when it comes to strategies because there is a ton of variability on the game board. So many action spaces. You've even got the action spaces that you reveal throughout the rounds, plus of course the base actions that are just plain and simple available on the game board. It gives you so much variety in what you can do on your turn. I would say that I understand if dueling card games aren't your thing. However, this game, because of the worker placement, does not feel like a dueling card game. I'd say you definitely get the dueling vibe during battle, maybe. But the rest of the game, especially upgrading your peasants, placing the right peasant or the right worker on the right action spaces, is very unique. I'd also be remiss if I didn't mention that I've played a few worker placement games for 2 players and they just didn't work. However, that's not what you're going to see here. If you've played any, you probably know what I mean by the worker placement games for 2 players that just, they don't feel right. However, you're not going to get that from Kinghill. Overall, I'd say that this game is more than meets the eye. Don't be confused into thinking it's just your average dueling game. My recommendation is that if you're into card play, worker placement games, dueling games, that you actually take a closer look at Kinghill. One of the kind of driving factors to Kinghill as well is that you've got these moonstone force that is kind of accumulating, or that you can accumulate during the game, which kind of allows you to do, I would call it these super powered, actions that you can kind of build up toward and save. And so that makes it really unique that while we're dueling, while we're trying to get units, our people to attack, while I'm making sure that I've got the right workers, the right peasants, the right actions to take to get the bonuses, to collect the resources, I've also got this underlying power that I'm building up as well to be able to use to attack my opponent. So anyway, thanks so much for joining us here at Tantrum House. Like I mentioned, Kinghill is actually headed to Kickstarter very soon, if it's not available for you right now. So if this is your type of game, you should totally check it out. And like I mentioned, I'll put a link in the comments for you. As always, if you want to hear more from us here at Tantrum House, be sure to like our videos and subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you guys next time.